Singh here at Name Ad with Brian Singh. Brian, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us. It's been a little while since we talked. I wanted to kind of catch up because a while ago we got the opportunity to talk about what you got to be a part of as the first employee at Evrdrive, and you kind of moved into a new position now. Let's start with what were some of maybe the learnings that you had from being a part of that team and kind of gathering something net new?
Yeah, well, it's definitely bringing a lot of personalities together, a lot of people from different walks of life. We had employees from dealership world, CarMax, Vroom, Carvana, every walks of life that we brought together, and really figuring out how to create a culture that they could all coexist in, number one, and building processes that make sense for both of them to understand quickly so we can take care of the customer, have a smooth, efficient process.
So now you've moved and you're a GM at a couple stores with the Foundation group.
That's right, yep.
What now have you taken from that, and you come through the fixed ops and then you had that opportunity, and now being in the GM role, what has that given you in the ability to lead and guide those dealerships better?
Yeah. Well, not that I didn't have it before, but certainly appreciation for really detailing out processes. Like, we may put something on paper, or we may, in passing even at times, say, hey, this is what we're doing. Really documenting out and not missing any details when building a process, right? You can't assume anyone knows anything. The other thing I would say, leaving the new car franchise world and dipping into used only, one of the things, and again, not that I didn't have this before, but really having an affinity and appreciation for everything that the new car franchise has to offer by way of income, right? When you run a used only platform, you don't have floor plan, you don't have advertising credits, warranty work. It's a lot of things that if you can take for granted pretty quickly when working in the dealership every day, but a newfound love for it, I would say.
What's your current project? What are you working on, trying to install, or is it kind of steady and ship? What are you doing right now in the stores?
One of the things we're doing, so we're in a pretty small town, about 4,500 people, the dealership. So one of the things we're really, I would say, either refocusing or really focusing on is what does that experience look like for remote deliveries and deliveries out of the general area, which we did with Evrdrive. That was 100% of our deliveries, right? So making sure the customer experience, number one, is seamless. It makes people nervous when you talk about not coming to the dealer, not touching and feeling the vehicle. So one of the things we're perfecting now is being able to go outside of our market and making sure that process is not only efficient for our staff, but also smooth for the customer as well. Are
you leveraging particular technology to make sure and do that, or is it really about just dialing the communication pad?
We looked at a lot with Evrdrive, and we'll continue to look, but I think we start with the process and the communication, and then layer in the technology afterwards to enhance it, right? But I think it's executing on the most basics of customer concerns and fears, and then layering that in. Yeah,
well, I love it. Congrats on what you're doing now. Thanks for sharing a little bit of the insight. And look, I'm a process guy, so I'm dialed in with all that. Thanks for spending a little time with us.
Great to see you.
Yeah.